I had one.
What was that like, having a kid? Were you working at this time?
Yes, I worked. I had dropped out of nursing and went to work at Shetline in Boone and supported him.
And what was it like having a kid then?
Well, I had an excellent babysitter. My renter upstairs was a nurse, and so she took care of my daughter until Wade got out of class, because he had classes like early morning until 12, and then he'd come home, and so she really didn't have to keep her but like 4 hours a day.
That's good. Did your mom think you were crazy for how old you were to get you married?
Basically, yes.
Did she not want you to move away?
She didn't want me to finish high school.
Why did you decide to finish?
Because it's something I wanted to do. And I knew I was smart enough to do it, so I did it.
Who encouraged you to finish?
My Aunt May. She was 96 this month.
Okay, and going back to your kids, what's your favorite memory with your kids?
I think knowing that they were in good health and that we were doing something right, because they never were really in trouble. I think we did something right.
Out of all 4 kids, who was the worst? Like, got in the most trouble?
I think it was Amy and Tina, but I found out all that later. I didn't know any of this stuff until the last 5 years.
What do you mean? What did they do?
Oh, well, Tina wrecked my car. She totaled it, and she went around the curve too fast.
And she didn't tell you?
Oh, yeah. I was playing golf, and when I got home, they told me she had totaled my car and had been to the emergency room with her and 3 other kids, 2 of them mine, and a neighbor. She really tried to take a curve too fast, and she lost it.
How old was she?
16.
She had just gotten her license?
Right.
Oh.
She didn't get a ticket because all of them lied and said a man ran them off the road. Well, they didn't, but I didn't find that out until 5 years ago.
So, do you still live near your kids?
No, I live at the beach. I retired to the beach.
Do you like living at the beach?
Some days, when it's not raining.
What's it like living down here?
Oh, freedom. I don't have to put up with any, Mom, can you come babysit?
Do you think other people should move down here?
A lot of people wouldn't like it, but I do.
Do you go to the beach every day?
No, I go when I want to.
What do you miss about being at home?
My friends up there.
Did you basically live in the same place your whole life until you moved here?
No, I've traveled all over. I've been to Kansas. I lived in Kansas, Kentucky. When I was growing up, those are the 2 places I lived.
Did you ever travel outside of the country?
To Canada this past year.
Was that the first time you'd gone outside the country? What was it like?
Well, I've been to Hawaii, but that's not outside of our country.
Yeah.
It just looked like the United States. It was very beautiful, very colorful. I went in fall, and the leaves were beautiful.
Do you want to travel out somewhere else outside of the country?
Maybe later.
Where would you want to go?
Australia.
What would you do down there?
Just check out their culture, you know.
How come you haven't traveled before?
I have traveled. I travel all the time.
I mean, outside of the country.
I don't know. I don't think I ever had time. I really never have had time.
I guess not if you're a nurse.
I worked all the time.
Okay. So tell me about a favorite memory with your grandkids.
Oh, Christmas. Watching them grow up. Watching them lie on each other. It's been interesting to see their personalities.
Is all of them different?
Every personality is different. I have some that's so kind and some that's so tough. Some are athletic. You know, got a variety.
Who gets in the most trouble out of the grandkids?
Right now it'd be John. I think it was Chris before that, and Jason before that.
Whoever's a teenager?
Yeah, the teenage years, yeah. 14 to 18 is very hard for boys.
Who came to see you the most?
All of them.
Equal.
I think pretty much, yeah.
Who's the artist in the family?
Oh, gosh. Oh, Andrew, Amber, Will. Who else? Who else draws? I have 3 very outstanding artists.
Do you wish your grandkids would move down here?
That's their choice. I think some of them would like to.
What's it like having a grandbaby? I mean,
great
grandbaby.
I don't know. It makes me feel old. But he's doing fine. I like it. I really do.
Do you wish you could be home more for him, or would you think?
Well, I'd like to see him every day, but that's not possible. So.
Yeah. Okay, and if you had to do your life over, would you change anything?
Yeah. Yes, I would. I'd join the Marines, and I'd be tough.
Well, how would you change it and do that?
Because it couldn't be any worse than where I've been. I think I would have enjoyed it. I really signed up for the Marines when I was in high school, and then I chickened out. And I should not have done. That was the one mistake in my life I made. I should have went with the flow.
Is there one person in your life you wish you could be more like?
I wish I could sew as good as Aunt May. But no, I'm my own person.
Okay, and is there anything else you like to, any other funny stories or?
My whole life is funny. We wore out my mother's dishpans in the snow. She threatened us all the time. When it would snow in the South Mountains, we would steal her dishpans and slide up down the hills with them. And that was unheard of because she needed her dishpans. I can remember carrying stovewood in, going from house to house for lunch. When my daddy wasn't looking, we'd run off and go eat dinner with whoever was cooking that day. My brother and I knew who was who, and we did not go hungry at lunchtime. My daddy built steels, and they paid him off in free liquor and very little money. And he'd stay drunk for 2 weeks, and then Mama divorced him every time, but she never got around to getting a divorce. And we'd stand back and laugh, because he'd always come home so jolly, and he'd say, "Marge, I'm back." And she'd be calling him everything but a white man. But they never divorced, or they separated a couple times. But that was only because he was going to Kansas to help out my daughter, or she went to Kansas to help out my sister. We have a lot of twins in our family. So, Heather, you got something to look forward to. If you get pregnant, you may have twins. In fact, we have about 5 or 6 groups. Let's see. Enjoy going to Vegas. I really enjoyed my childhood. We worked hard, and we didn't know we were poor. I guess we were poor compared to somebody's standards, but we always had food, shelter. And we were free to do whatever. We enjoyed our life every day. Is there anything else you want to know?
That's all. Thank you.
Well, okay.
Thank you so much for being interviewed.
You are so welcome.
Have a great day.
Have you figured out